Today, Precarious plays Ratchet and Clank.
Okay, now, if I remember correctly...
Pretty sure you have to dive, right?
Yeah, I think so. Ooh, this is so scary.
That one's... I don't think you're gonna get very far in that one.
Oh,
That'd be pretty funny, though. You just see him, like, with his feet up in the air and his face in the water.
okay. Is it that way? Okay, it was square, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I hate drowning.
So...
Drowning is, like, my least... Oh, God.
X to come back up.
I know. I just have to kick really hard. Ooh.
Banjo-Kazooie has one of the scariest... Like, probably not supposed to actually be, like, really scary. No, they know what they were doing. They meant that to be a nightmare. Clanker's Cavern is a nightmare.
Okay.
And it's funny because Clanker winds up being a big softie. But, have I ever shown you Clanker's Cavern?
Well, the thing is that we played a lot of nuts and bolts to like kind of side by side. So I like basically went to Banjo-Kazooie the theme park.
Oh yeah, and that's
So
how
I've
you
seen
learn.
a little bit of everything, but like nothing in its proper context. It's like I know what Clanker looks like, but I have no idea. I mean, that's really what Nuts and Bolts was, right? I mean, it wasn't really not a real Banjo-Kazooie style game.
No, you stop right there because I know that there are some very potent voices on the internet that have said a lot of shit about Nuts and Bolts, and while I admit Rare could have done something different with it, they didn't have to make it a Banjo-Kazooie game. It could have been like, I think that Timber the Tiger, who was in Diddy Kong Racing, if they still had the rights to that character, would have been perfect for it, because he just strikes me as sort of a mechanic-y type, you know?
Okay. Sorry, he got close fast.
So, I think that Timber the Tiger, I hope I'm remembering his name correctly, would have been perfect for it, but I believe someone that I like quite a bit on the internet, except for maybe this one time, suggested that it could have been Tip Tap's Nuts and Bolts. And it is straight up a fucking Banjo-Kazooie game. I don't know, I'm pretty sure if somebody were to just do a montage of all of the fucking timed racing or minigame sections of Banjo-Kazooie, they'd be like, oh God, I didn't know that Banjo-Kazooie was like 70% fucking racing, basically. Foot racing, or sled racing, or even like the timed minigame challenges, like when you're in the giant alligator as a smaller alligator eating grubs against another alligator.
See, I want to like be able to say that and mean it about something that I've played. That's why we're doing this.
Yeah. We'll get there. Anyway, I think if there is a flaw, it's just with the execution. I think that if they had like really, really, really amazing like vehicle creation, or especially like the thing that kills the game really is the later level design, because just moving around later in the game becomes such a chore. Like, things broke down for me whenever you're like in the level that it's supposed to be like the interior of some sort of game console, and just everything looked the same, and it was all too bright, and like no matter what vehicle you decided to take with you, it was a pain to move around, because like I think the best you could do was some sort of helicopter type vehicle, right? And even then, that was still it just didn't work very well.
All right, now for my prize. Yes, I want it. Yes, please. Want to buy it. Purchase. Yes.
Go ahead.
Ammo, yeah, probably.
I mean, you have 120 out of 240.
All right. Okay. Fine. You're right. I don't need it.
Is that really how big it is whenever you use it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
It is so fun.
It looked smaller on the box.
All right. A pyrocitor is this. This is a pyrocitor. Everyone look. You see? All right.
Pyrocitor.
Pyrocitor is what I'm holding. All right, now. So then you get access to this little wheel thing, which you had access to before, but you can switch to your bomb glove, which is cute and everything. But look at this. This is cool, too. And it doesn't make me like the bomb glove any less, but at the same time, it does that. This. And you can go... And you can, if you tap it, it says hold it down, but you can actually use one at a time by tapping it. So it's not like it has a really good amount of control and everything.
Oh, that's really, like, that's one shot, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So if you tap it, it's like, all right, now it's time to go places. We're going on a trip. We're going on a trip. We're going on a trip to a place in this thing. Yes.
That looks like the four-door sedan of interstellar travel.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, look.
That is some tacky faux wood side panels away from just being a dad car.
Yeah, but if I'm a 90s 16-year-old, I'm getting a dad car as my first car. Especially after I wrecked the last thing I drove. So
was that like your shitty bike? Was that like a motorbike?
Yeah, I think it was like my shitty. Yeah, it was my shitty bike that I, like, you know. Oh boy, it's a galaxy map with places. How exciting. Let's go to... I forget where I'm supposed to go.
I think they give you the option of going to both. I think that the last time you played, you went to...
I went to this
Metropolis first.
Yes, and Metropolis on Kerwan. All right, let's go. Let's hit it. Actually, let me see why we need to go there. Let me play the infobot.
It's to visit...
Dun, 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 to find Captain Quark and visit the repair shop.
Right.
Yes.
It does give you Clank's helicopter.
Has this ever happened to you? Somebody drops a bunch of bread slices. Just imagine Captain Quark reenacting every infomercial you've ever seen.
Oh, all right, we'll be right back.
No, I can't. This is so good. Oh, I love this. My childhood is so funny.
This is your childhood now? That is some extreme appropriation, bro.
Like, he definitely fits in with, like, Toy Story and frickin' Home Improvement and all of that stuff, you know? He's definitely in the same zone.
But whenever you go to Metropolis, you get Clank's helicopter, like, propeller upgrade.
You spoiler.
And then whenever you go to the other one, I don't know what you do there. You're there to talk to...
Blast off! How much?
The skater raider, right?
Yeah, I guess. I think we need to find him. But no, this is exciting. This is exciting.
So, fun story about this.
Yes.
In, when I was playing Deadlocked one day, that's actually a loading screen, like the little ship swoosh.
Uh-huh.
And I was still unfamiliar with disc-based processes because I had mostly had cartridge games. And no, that's not the right way to say it. I was at that point, like, had played enough PlayStation 1 to understand how, like, a disc loads, like, it reads data, but I was not familiar with attempts to mask that data being read and loaded. So that's a very clever little way to keep people interested while the shit is loading in the background, because it just does a little swoosh with what is probably actually like a really low detail model of the ship that just moves really quickly, so that way it doesn't have to try very hard.
And you know your 10-year-old self is like, blast off! And then as it goes over the screen, it's like, and you have to do it as well.
So,
Alright.
at one point, the game froze.
Oh.
I didn't know until, like, no joke, the 14th or 16th. Shoo! And then I was like, wow, this planet must be really far away.
Yep. Really far away.
A similar thing actually happened in Metroid Prime because, you know, the elevators between areas, how those are, like, some of the only actual loading?
Mm-hmm.
That's some of the only loading that happens in front of you, very obviously. And it's not super obvious because, you know, Samus is just going up and down a fucking lift.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it does all of the dramatic camera angles, like it'll show her like going down a little bit and then it will show her face and she's looking really intense and she looks left and right.
Yeah.
And
she's on the elevator going like, mm-hmm.
And you know,
Hardcore elevator.
after like 20 seconds of that straight, I'm like, Samus, Ratchet and Clank, they taught me something a few years ago. I think we're frozen. And she's like, yep.